My name is Joanne Scott Woods. I am the core member in the Justice for Remain Brisbane, who was an unarmed black man killed by white Phoenix police officer Mark Ryan on December 2nd, 2014. My passion is ending the terror that black people have lived under for the past 400 years in America, beginning with police accountability. Having been a teacher, I was responsible for teaching specific curriculum and submitting each day a lesson plan with a stated objective, the means by which I would teach it, and how I was going to assess student learning. Simply stated, for our city, isn't our objective in Phoenix to stop the killing of black people? So what are the means by which we will achieve this, and by which we will judge our success? What must we change so that not one more person of color is unjustifiably and indefensibly killed by the police? This was a question asked by over 1,400 activists and community leaders in an open letter to President Obama last August. Our city's answers can be many reforms, and the adoption of a transparent and searchable database on the Phoenix Police Department website, which will not only list our implemented policies and programs indicative of accountability, but will publish as well statistics indicative of results tracking in these three areas. Number one, police shootings. Police firearm discharges, data on repeat shooters, and data on fallen citizens. Number two, use of physical force. This would include frequency of use by police officers, means of physical force, and identification of officers with high rates of citizen complaints. Number three, lawsuits. How many, what the charges were, the number of officers involved, whether certain officers were named repeatedly in suits, what the outcomes were, and in the cases of successful suits, how much the city paid in damages. For us to reach our desired outcome of replacing fear with trust, we must create a model that shows the means and proof of our success in ending the terror of living while black or brown in Phoenix, and in hopefully preventing the death of another Remain Brisbane. Let's change the past statistics of our police department in leading the nation per capita in fatal police shootings, which according to the Better Government Association was 3.77 per 100,000 residents from 2010 to 2014. Let's lead the nation as consistently having the greatest reduction in killings by police. I don't know if there's a national database for that, but Mayor Stanton should start that trending.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Mr. Jeffrey Woods is next.
Hello. I'll be speaking to the same issue. I'll start right now. Our country and our city is in a state of emergency. Just this year, over 750 people have lost their lives to police violence, and within our city, we have lost 14 lives to the Phoenix Police Department. That puts us in number 2 in the entire country for police-related killings. I think this is a problem, and over the last 5 years, if you look at the data, we actually lead the country. We're more than LAPD, more than NYPD, more than Chicago, in the number of police murders on our civilians. On December 17th, we gathered here after Remain Brisbane was shot in the back by Officer Mark Ryan, and people were talking about reforms. I haven't seen anything since that other than some talk of a racial sensitivity training, which I know has not been implemented yet. I would like to see our city lead the nation in reducing police-related crimes. It costs us money, it costs us lives. We have a reckless, poorly trained, and unaccountable police force. Right now, our police officers don't even have dash cams on their vehicles in Phoenix, let alone body cams, which has been implemented all over the country and has shown some huge results, positively affecting the trust between the police and the community, reducing the amount of complaints, and reducing the amount of deaths caused by police officers. what we are proposing, along with Arizona Black Lives Matter, Somos America, and I'm a co-chair of People Demanding Action, is number one, a community review board to ensure public trust and oversight. They would conduct independent investigations of citizen complaints and examples of excessive use of force. They would offer education to citizens and officers and conduct audits and reviews and give recommendations to the Phoenix Police Department and City Council. Number two, an early intervention system, which is used in San Francisco. The model takes algorithms and identifies police officers that have a high chance of committing acts of violence against civilians. Also recommend oversight from the Department of Justice, like has happened in Baltimore and Ferguson. I think leading the nation in the, or being number two currently this year, should garner that. If not, oversight from Warshaw and Associates, which is currently overseeing the MCSO for racial profiling and conduct of police. The biggest one, and I'll go back to this again, is body cameras. We've only got 80 in Maryville. That was from 2010. There's been no investment in that. We've been told that the cost would be up to $3.5 million to do that. We believe that that is will get paid back fast, because just one lawsuit can be $5–10 million when a person loses their life unjustly. So if the council believes that Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, Native Lives Matter, mentally ill lives matter, and that all Phoenix life matters, we will implement these changes before we hire any more police. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Woods.
Hi, my name is Dave Austin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I was here on December 9th, right after Remain Brisbane had been shot, talking to you folks about requesting body cameras and police accountability and demilitarization. I was back here with the group on December 17th, same thing. We're still requesting accountability. We need to see more community interaction. Please echo everything that Jeff and Joanne had to share. We desperately need to invest in police accountability and communication between our community and our police force. Before we bring on hundreds more untrained officers, we need to properly train the officers that we have. We had an officer on December 17th attest that he'd received about 20 minutes of training in the year before. We really, really need to do more with that. It's dangerous. You know, we've got Google Fiber coming to Phoenix. It's time to get our police force out of the dark ages. We don't have dash cams. We don't have body cams. We need to increase this accountability. We need to have some sort of reflection of progression coming out of Phoenix instead of us being this dark hole of embarrassment to the nation. So let's change that. We can change that. We have a lot of voices that want change. We need your help. Please. Thank you.
Rhetoric that's going on, and I think as a city, we need to stand up to these people that are talking about our police officers. And I'm going to do that.
Under open meeting law, you guys.
No, I'm not going to be talking about anything we're going to be voting on here, but I have a right to respond back to those individuals and this anti-police rhetoric
All right,
that I have heard here.
We can't, Councilman, you're in violation of open meeting law, right?
No, I'm not, because they're not voting on it.
Meeting is now over. Can't do so.
Really, how pathetic is that for a new city attorney to claim that after you told me I could do that?
He just gave us good legal
Well,
advice.
you know, I didn't give that advice to Penny earlier. I asked for that specific question if I could do that.
Sal,
He just gave legal advice before the city council. We have to take advantage of that advice, otherwise we'll be... No, let me sure, Councilman. It's my decision, based upon his advice, not to let you speak.
I'm allowed to go up.
Councilman, you'll be in violation of open meeting law if you do
Go
so.
ahead and bring me charge then. You'll see that there's nothing here. I have a right to defend these individuals that are defending us here. Pathetic, Brad. Pathetic.
Versus the amount of police abuse or violence. I'm for police. I mean, police lives matter as well. But a lot of them are unarmed, and that's the thing. Like, Remain Brisbane, he had nothing on him. Why didn't police officers? No. Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
Well, look, I'm not going to argue.
I mean, it was a homicide, and it never got investigated. the amount of people that police officers lose their lives to civilians per year is about 30. The amount that of civilians that lose their lives to police is about 1,100. This is a big problem.
Look at each one of those cases. They're either pulling a weapon out.
No, they're not. More than half of the black people that are killed by police are completely unarmed.
So, I'll be happy to talk to you guys. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, talk to you.